Hi, it's Tuesday the 1st of December and we're sort of getting into the real Parliament for this week. We're going to have questions for the first time before we get on to the address and reply debate in a bit of urgency. I've got with me Adrian Rurefe, who's going to be helping me with this and is my brand newly minted Deputy Speaker. But before we get on to his bit, we're going to have oral questions to ministers, Duncan Webb to the Minister of Finance about the economy, Judith Collins to the Prime Minister about housing, Joe Luxton to the Minister of Education about training and apprenticeships, Andrew Bailey about the Bright Line test and its effect on house prices, Julianne Genter to the Minister of Finance about inequality, David Seymour to the Prime Minister about the timing of the COVID vaccine in New Zealand, Angie Warren-Clark to the Minister of Social Development about seasonal work and helping people into it, Chris Bishop to the Minister for COVID-19 about border failures, Jamie Strange to the Minister of Immigration about immigration to support New Zealand businesses, Louise Upston to the Associate Minister of Housing about applicants for social housing, Maria Lubeck to the Minister for Workplace Relations about the government's commitment to increasing the minimum sick leave entitlements, and Nicola Willis to the Minister of Housing about increasing housing supply. And after that, we'll be going on to...
We're going to go back to the address and reply debate, and this time it also includes 4 maiden speeches, one from Nicey Chen, from Helen White, from Shannon Halbert, and maiden speech from Steph Lewis as well. And then that will take us up to the new shortened dinner break for the first time, and the House will come back in the evening, and there will be a motion for urgency. And I believe, Mr. Speaker, you'll be in the chair.
Yes, I tend to come back for the urgency motions because every now and again there used to be a fuss. Not so much recently, but back when I was in opposition there was more of a fuss when there's urgency.
Yeah. And so the bills that will be debated through all stages, the very first one is a tax bill, and that basically increases the highest tax rate for those earning above $180,000, I believe, by 2 cents in the dollar. Then we will be debating a bill that looks at testing of pills, sometimes called the pill testing bill, but that's specifically at festivals over the summer season. It's a short-term fix for a situation that needs some attention. And then we'll be debating a bill around COVID-19 and passing through some amendments to that piece of legislation that have already, some of them have already happened, so that's a requirement that we go through that. And then there'll be the last one is just the first reading on sick leave.
Yep.
So sick leave will be extended to 10 sick days per year.
So what happens under urgency is the House will keep on going until 10 o'clock. It will come back at 9 o'clock in the morning and then probably run right up until lunchtime, 1 o'clock tomorrow, seeing how much progress we make on that urgency, on that list of bills. And if we're not finished that, presumably we'll be back onto them again tomorrow night. So that's us for the first day. We'll back again to tell you what's happening tomorrow at the same time, the same place.